Security boss salute.
Hello. Can you hear
Security
me?
boss, yeah, loud and clear.
Thank you.
Should these blacks go to Africa? Like, yeah, they're
Okay,
disgruntled.
CT.
Go ahead.
CT, I've been listening to you for the last, I think, 2 days on this subject.
Yeah,
And okay, so some of it I really agree with you about.
yeah,
I do think that there are some issues, but if we're going to take it serious, it is a serious situation, as far as I'm concerned. But what I think individuals need to do is no lie. This is no joke. I'm not playing. I do think that those who think that they cannot get ahead in the United States, I really think that they should visit somewhere outside of the United States because I do believe that they are somewhat, I hate to use the word victim, but what's happened is the things that go on in Africa have been mistold, I should say it that way, or lied. So, in other words, while you're in the United States, you have been basically lied to about what Africa has to offer.
mm,
And you're made to think that the United States has everything for you and you can actually do no better than that. And also within that, they've made you think that you can't be anywhere else and be so-called respected per se. So this is the best for you. I think that that's kind of like the mode that some of them have been have accepted. But the
yeah,
reality of it is, I think most of those young men and older men, they don't want to live anywhere else. They want to live in the United States. They just want to be respected. But it kind of goes back to what you said. They're not going to get it. They're
yeah.
not going to get the respect that they desire. They need to actually respect themselves and then let that be enough. But in the meantime, I do think they should get their passports and actually see for themselves what the rest of the world has to offer. And they can go anywhere. They don't have to come to Africa. They can go to Mexico if they like. They can go to anywhere. But they need to know because I see people constantly making comments about what Africa, and I'm in South Africa, what I'm just going to say what South Africa lacks. And I'm here to tell you, South Africa is not lacking. So I hate the fact that we've been so deceived about the rest of the world that we think that only the United States has everything we need, and we have to suffer or they have to suffer because they have to be there. So I definitely think, like you said, the passport usually allows you to go to another country for 90 days. I think they need to visit somewhere else, put the money together, do what they got to do, find some friends, whatever they need to do, just to go see for themselves, is Africa really like this? Because I think some of them could find very good lives in other countries and be happy there. They could find themselves there. But if someone's telling you that this world over here is terrible, there's no lights, there's no this, there's no that, you're not going to eat, you're not going, there's war on the streets. I mean, all of these negative things, then you're not going to want to go see for yourself how it really is. And the reality of it is they don't want to live around all black people. They don't.
SB,
Being
how? Okay,
honest.
so I'm very serious about helping these people out, and
Okay.
how easy, or not easy, but is it easier for an American to gain citizenship or residency? How does I don't know how South Africa works, but are you a resident or are you a citizen now?
Right now, I am on a retiree visa, and I've applied. My husband and I have applied for our permanent residency, which is something you need to have
Permanent
for at
resident.
least, I think they say 5 years or for a time before you are considered to apply for for your citizenship.
Okay.
And there's several ways that you can get it. You can come over financially independent,
Yeah.
which means you have to show about $700,000 in assets in liquid cash. You can come over as retirees. You can come over on, like you said, a nomad's visa. You can come on as a student visa. There's so
Mm,
many different ways you can come. The retiree visa lasts for 4 years.
ooh,
The nomad student, certain, artists, I think it's two
mm,
years, student 3 years. There's so many different ways you can come to just see if this is something that you really can do or want to do, because you can always go back to the United States
right.
as long as it's there.
Yeah.
As long as it's there. But I just think that they need to experience more things, because I just know that we've been told incorrectly all my life, all of my life, we've
Yeah.
been told incorrectly about Africa, and that's Africa, the continent, and that's not necessarily. And no one said anything about South Africa, but
Right.
Africa, the continent, we've been told incorrect information for the
Mm.
most part, And I'm not saying that United States is not a very accommodating place to live, because it is. I'm not gonna lie, we can't take anything away from it per se, but there are other places that you can live and be more at peace with yourself and have the respect, because you know what, it is kind of nice to look out and everybody look like you. Just about. I mean, there are other people, don't get me wrong, but you look around and mostly everybody looks like you.
Yeah, because you're a respectable person.
Thank you.
People look at me like a shock jock, but I really feel like you being in South Africa, you give more credence to, what I'm saying here. It sounds like it's something that could be possible for like a Linwood or an Afro nerd. Go to a black country. Go there, get your passport. I was actually shocked that Afro nerd didn't even have a passport yesterday. You know, but he knows so much about the globe. Go ahead and go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It may be quite difficult for them to come to actually live, because this is not a place where you come and, even though we have something like a Home Depot or a Lowe's, we have a Builders or a Chamberlains, which are I would call them high-end hardware stores that carry
Mm,
everything Home Depot and Lowe's have. They do, and they're very nice. But we don't have, that's not a place where here, you don't come here to get a job. You either have to come creating, or
mhm,
you're beyond that, or you still working
mm.
abroad, per se. You're still getting your money from the United States. If you haven't put that type of if that's not in place for you, then you will not
So
it's not
South
going to be
Africa
successful.
basically tell you to get up out of here. You gotta bounce.
You need to come contribute. If you're not coming to contribute, you can't take away, because there's too many people here that are very well educated, very hardworking. I mean, there's some people in Africa, in South Africa, that get up at 3 o'clock in the morning just so they can make it to work at 8 a.m. So
Really?
it's not, yeah, this is not a lazy man's game, really, because they live in villages that are close by, or that are not really close by. And most people here that do that, they use public transportation, which you might have to get on one bus, then catch a taxi, then, or you might have to get on the train. I mean, it could take you 3 hours to get to work in the morning, but they
Yikes.
do that because, that's just what they have to do. So you can't come here looking for a job. You have to be settled or stable in that instance. So it may not be a place for us. I don't know anything about them personally, but it may not be a place for them to come to live. But definitely they need to come visit, and then maybe they can put things in place to say, you know what, if I did this, this, and this, maybe I can, or I could take on a whole new career, become a doctor, become whatever. I don't know, but maybe taking a new career which they can bring here to contribute. But just just working, it's not, you can't do that. That's not going to happen. You can't
Mm,
come here and be successful, in my opinion. I do know that even in business, you have to really calculate your business correctly, because here they're spending rand. In the United States, you
right.
spend dollar. That's different. So you can't just think you're going to bring any business here and it be successful, because that's just not the way it works.
Mm, mm. John, what's up? You seem like you have a lot on your mind about this topic. Go ahead.
So you say it would be hard for an African American or black to come over there to South Africa and find work?
To find a job, yes.
Yeah, okay. I don't know how much better it would be for them, because hell, they talk about they have a hard time finding work here.
Yeah. So then they wouldn't come. This wouldn't be the place for them. Just to come and find a job, it would not be the
It's
place.
like there's no way they can go there, though.
Pretty much, you
and they
know,
can't do much here.
United States has a lot more opportunities than South Africa as far as jobs. I mean, I
So
think unemployment here is about 40%.
when you hear that, you said unemployment is 40% there, and then you
Yeah.
hear the blacks over here talking about they can't find work, you must be really confused.
Well,
Please
listen, my
be
husband and
specific
I
when you say black.
Well,
Yeah,
the blacks
that's
have
what I was just about to say, Republic.
blacks have very high unemployment over here, and they complain about white men won't get them a job and things
That's
like that.
not true, John.
They do. They've been complaining for all my life. Their racism.
No, blacks
Right.
don't
No, but
complain. Niggas
Let's hear John out. Go ahead,
Oh,
John.
CT,
Go
come
ahead.
on, man.
He's
Y'all,
good.
let me ask you this question: how is the BEE worked out in South Africa for the blacks?
Okay, well, BEE is something that's put in place to, let's say, add equality to South Africa. What happens is if someone wants to open a business here, they have to basically give 30% of it to an African here, where a shareholder or a CEO or someone CFO, somebody has to be on the board, or several people have to be a part of that business in
So
order
they have
for it
to
to
give
be.
it to the black. They have to
I'm
give
sorry.
they have to give some of the business to the black.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. That's
Okay.
basically.
And now, how is that working out over there? Has that equalized things for the blacks?
Yeah, in several cases, I mean, not with Starlink, but in several cases, there are a lot of companies that are formed in the United States that are here, a lot of them. So yeah, they worked out the business part of it,
Would
and
you
they
say
brought the business here.
you think the BEE solved all the racial, financial inequalities between the blacks, the Boers, the Guptas, and all those people?
Absolutely not. No way. You can't.
Hey,
That's not going to happen.
hey guys, I
That's
got a
not
question.
a job is not going to take care of all that. That's going to take some time. It's only about 30 years outside of apartheid. So it's going to take some time for all that. That's a lot of healing that has to happen, and some trust, and some building of Africans here. They got to build. It's a lot that has to be done. You think about it. You have Jim Crow in the United States. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
another form of
we
it.
400 years in. We're 400 years in, and we're kind of still at the bottom. We've had affirmative action
Hey,
like y'all have had. BEE
Ain't no we. Ain't no
hey,
we.
But it's a difference.
SPU, SPU.
has.
Let me just say this, and then the major difference is, though, is here blacks actually run everything.
Mm.
Everything is run by blacks. So it's a bit different.
Is that
Um,
good or bad?
I think that could be very good. Now, they say that they have some corruption and things that are going on, but I mean, I'm not in that arena, so I can't speak on that. But I think it could be a very good thing.
But the
But
rolling
anything,
blackouts, y'all have rolling blackouts still, right? I forget what the name of it.
um,
What they call a rolling blackout in South
John, why you keep
They
calling
call it
South Africans black?
Africa? In charge, we want to hear how it
load
looks.
shedding. They call it load
low.
shedding.
Yeah, low shit. Low
John,
shit.
why? John, why you keep
Nigga,
calling
we got
South
a black woman in a black country in charge, nigga.
Oh, John, hang tight, John.
Hey, all right, I'm about to get him.
John,
About to
John,
get him. All right.
security boss is one of those exceptions. Let's just, let's just come on, John, come on. I get what you're saying, but let's watch the inbound.
Just ignorant.
Don't you want to know how it? Don't you
Security,
wanna,
hold on, John. To me, security boss is like one of them church ladies in the '90s.
Right.
Yeah, crown.
Ignorant.
but
let's just watch the inbounds or all that.
yeah, you guys, my bad, CT.
Like one of those church ladies from back in the day. I don't.
Don't you think it's fair, CT, that the blacks in charge, and we need to let them know about the load shedding. So when y'all blacks go over there, bring you a generator or something, or be ready for the lights to go out. I told CT, remember I used to tell you about Doomsa, CT?
But John, I've never been to South Africa.
John, you hit the liquor store up yet? You hit the liquor store up yet?
Okay,
guys, seriously. Okay, John.
So let's. Oh, I'm sorry.
I've never been to South Africa. It's a new country, John. It's literally a new country. The blacks took over about 30 something years ago. It's no different than the frontier days of America. Everything is not going to work right at first. I mean, slavery existed for 100 years because the government relied on slavery in America. We look at that as like corrupt or immoral now. Load shedding, I'm pretty sure in 30, 40 years, you're not going to have load shedding. You probably won't even have it in 10 years, to be honest with you. Shit happens, bro. That's the way I look at it. It's a developing nation, bro, and it's not even a third world nation. It's it's like a second, or maybe what is it like? SB? Is it what
I'm very unclear on these type things, so I can't really say, because I don't see why it wouldn't be a first world country, because New York has blackouts. So I'm not really sure what people think that load shedding is about. So I'm not, I think we have a maintenance issue here that's going to be corrected in time. Is the democracy is in place now, so things are going to be handled differently going forward. But going back to the question about the rolling blackouts, it's not that way. Let me tell you this. They have apps that will tell you that whatever community you live in or whatever side of town you live on, you're going to experience a blackout or a load shedding between a certain time. If you lived here long enough, and the restaurants and all the retail and all those places, they understand that. So we're either living off of solar panels or generators. So I myself basically live off the grid. So I don't have a rolling blackout. So I don't experience that. And I would think probably most people, I can't say most, a lot of people don't. But it's not anything new or different. It doesn't stop anything. People continue to go on. So nothing shuts down when there's load shedding because it's a planned situation. There is an app that will tell you that is happening from this time to this time, and it keeps going. So it's not, I don't know exactly what the thoughts are.
What's up, security boss? I just want to speak. Go ahead.
Real quick. Big Dog Physique with the $2 super chat says, "Shut up, Republic Room. Let SBU talk. Play that video." Oh, come on. I read this a little bit too late. It's my fault, Big Dog Physique. Salute to you, man. Positivity is definitely coming your way, buddy. KC, what's up, man? Says, "I'm sold. Here's to Linwood's passport fund." Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Lawrence says, "SBU Black Bear, our Royal Tyrese.
Oh my God.
Would also like to know if you have seen the ice wall yet."
No.
Okay. Nay says, "SBU, what Black Bear want to ask is, are the flies big enough to pick up chicken wings?" All right,
No. No.
go ahead, guys.
No.
Go ahead.
I do got a question. Hey, security boss. Anytime I see
Hey.
your lovely face, I gotta come say hey.
Peter Man, what's going on?
Nothing much. So let me ask a question. So I was thinking about maybe moving to South Africa, right?
I got your email. I got your email. I remember that. Yeah.
I'm wondering how much in like dividends, like say what would be a monthly expense that you think that I need to have coming in passively? Because I ain't going to work no job there. I'm telling you that ain't happening, right? So how much, like, what would you say, hey man, if you had this amount of money coming in passively, you could live a very comfortable life with a family of 4?
Oh, a family of 4. Okay, so let me just say it this way because I don't know about kids, because I think kids can come in different because they have to go to school, right? So as far as dividends, you have to have at least 37,000 rand. 37,000 rand equals approximately $2,000 per adult. So I would say about $4,000 US, but it's 37,000 rand per adult.
And about $4,000 will be give us the city to live in. Is that like a bare minimum, or is that like a very comfortable life in your opinion?
Okay, that will get you approved for your PR, your permanent residency.
Yeah, so well, I can pay all
Yeah,
that.
I mean, but I don't know how you want to live. Like me and Mr. Boss live. Like, listen to what I'm here to say.
Yeah.
Me and Mr. Boss live off of, this is things you have to pay. Now, when I say my budget, this is what we have to pay. We live off of less than $1,500 a month because I don't have a mortgage. I don't have a car payment. I don't have any of that because as a foreign national, you come here, you have to pay for everything. So we chose to pay for our house completely. So I don't have a mortgage. Now, not saying that you can't get a mortgage because they will finance 50% of a home loan for you, up to 50%. So if you come here and you decide you want to get a home loan, then you will be responsible for 50% of that home loan. But the interest rates are crazy here. So who wants to do that? So that didn't make sense to us. So we paid off our house. As far as your car goes, you need to pay cash for your car. So those are not expenses that we have. Our largest expense is food. And that's because we choose to eat out.
Why do you have to pay cash for your car?
Because you're a foreign national. I mean, you have no tithes here. You have no SA number. In other words, a social security number. You have none. There's no tithes here. Why would I loan you money?
Oh, they won't.
These people are dumb.
It's not an asset. Now, whereas the house is an asset. If something goes wrong, I can just take the house. But a
Can
car,
you
no.
borrow
You
money
put
to
it
buy a
on.
house? Can
I'm
you borrow
sorry.
money to buy a house over there as a foreign
You can.
national?
You
You can
He
can.
just
borrow.
answered that question.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear it. She asked about the car. I think I heard about the car.
50%. You can do
Oh,
50%. The interest rate is about 15%, somewhere between 12 and 15%. It's not 35%, but it's
But
15, between 12 and 15.
I guess because I'm thinking like me being a homeowner in the States, I'm going to leave with equity after I sell my home. So I can take that
Exactly.
equity and just buy a house and car. And then it sounds
That's what you
like
would do. That's what we did.
$1,500 to $2,000, give me maybe an extra $1,000, $2,500 a month. As long as I got that coming in, eating for me and the kids, I should be decent. I might not be balling out like, walking
But
around with tigers, pet tigers, but I at least eat decent. That's what you're saying.
well,
Get
no,
no
that's not
tigers.
it. You
Get no
would
tigers.
actually, you would actually be balling out because you don't see. You have to understand the rand to the dollar ratio. So, in other words, like a family of 5, I always get this example because this was my first example that I had here. A family of 5 can eat at a high-end restaurant for $122, 5 courses. Food is very
Okay.
inexpensive, but just keep in mind here, you pay for everything. There's no such thing that I know of public schools. You pay for the kids to go to school, but it's a minimal cost from what you're used to.
Well, my kids are
Um,
homeschooled.
okay, well, then you wouldn't have to worry about that. But even, I mean, you may want to take advantage of the schools. They teach them 11 languages. They're very advanced in far as schools go, but you do pay for it. But you
So you
could be balling because it's the money. The money still, like for instance, if you put, and I don't have my conversion calculator, but say you put $100,000 in the bank. $100,000 is $1 million here. I mean, 1,000,000 rand. So you are a millionaire here. You bring 100,000 and put it invest that 100,000 into a South African bank. You are now a millionaire, and you are gaining interest off of your money every month of about 8.25%. You're too young to gain any more than that. But once you get over 55, you can get more. But I'm just saying, you're considered a millionaire, and then you
Wait,
have your home. I'm
wait a minute,
sorry.
they give you a higher rate of interest at an older age? Is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
you do.
Really?
You
Oh,
do.
that's interesting.
If you're, I think it's 50 and over, they'll give you like up to 10% on your investments.
Really? Oh, that's interesting.
Just leave it in the bank for about, I think 36 months. You can go from 24, you got 24, 36, 48, however many months you decide.
So is it kind? It's like a CD. It sounds like, right?
Oh, it
Like what
can
we
be.
would
Yeah,
call it in
but they
America.
call them like, or maximizer accounts or,
I got you.
interest bearing accounts. Yes.
Gotcha.
And you can live off the interest. Well, they'll pay you the interest monthly, and you can either roll it back in or you can pay yourself that interest or add to whatever, your living expenses.
That's
So
cool.
you can definitely, cash is the dollar is very valuable here right now. So you can definitely live very well.
I just got a question for SBU. I was just curious when you hi beautiful. I was wondering when you moved there, what was some of your cultural shocks and like living standards? Like what did you notice? Oh, they don't do that here, or we don't do this. Can you explain some of your cultural shocks?
Yeah, some of them that are very funny. I'm gonna start off
Well,
with the funny ones. Here
watching now.
a lot of people will use the restroom outside.
Oh shit.
What do you mean? Wait. What do you mean outside? What do you mean?
If
what she
you
means.
driving down the street, if a man is driving down the street, the light take too long, he go over there to that tree and just let it go.
Oh
Go
my
urinate
God.
outside.
You get
Yeah.
arrested in America for that kind of crazy.
Oh
Yeah.
no, not
And
here.
decent fuck.
Yeah,
Oh
decent.
wow.
That's one. Hitchhiking. Hitchhiking is something that they do here. Hiking. So you may see people out with their thumb up. They do that. Kids with no car seats. People riding on the back of trucks.
Oh, they do that in the hood. They do that in the hood.
What else? Something else. Oh, hanging clothes on the clothesline. Let's see. Those were probably the first ones because they're so visual. You see somebody get out, and people paid them no attention. We got our eyes on them though, like, no, is he really? But yeah, he really. But this just some simple things, but you get used to it, or I don't know. It's just let me say it like this, and I like this part of being in South Africa. It moves on a vibe, right? And it's basically like it makes you feel like you're in the 80s. It's like a 1980s vibe. There's nothing rough or nothing tough. Everything is like low. People, they don't talk loud. You don't see people having no domestic issues in the mall. There's no fighting. There's no woman attacking another woman at the Walmart, well, which we call the game or whatever. Anyway, there's none of that. You don't hear a bunch of ambulances and fire trucks and guns. It's just
Linwood,
not like that.
Afro,
You
listen to
know,
this.
even the music, like you go dining out, the music is like 80s music. You don't hear no hard rock, nothing hard. It's just a vibe. People don't move fast. It's just different. So all of that you take in, but it's just different. You'll notice a huge difference. It's quiet. Police officers don't give okay, let me say this correctly now. So somebody's gonna hear this wrong. I was just noticing that someone said something about we get tickets for hitchhiking. Here they don't, right? Police officers I think very rarely give out tickets, even though they should. I don't particularly agree with this, but a lot of them they just want a cold drink of water. I don't agree with that, but it's just different. There's no pulling you out the car and throwing you on the ground. There's no, it's just different. It's just real cool.
Hey, SB.
Blackberry, see, this one, SB is in South Africa. There's no white supremacy there. Man, these blacks need to go over there, man. Go to Joe.
Wait a minute. Hold on for a minute. Hold on. Let me say this. I wouldn't say that there's white supremacy, but there's still people with bad behavior. I'm gonna say it like that.
But it's still the blacks, though. It's the blacks with the bad behavior, right?
No, there's whites with bad behavior. There's still people with bad behavior.
You know, white men looking at them black women, you know what's going on.
Yeah, but South Africa has a large white population. But what I'm saying is that there are countries in Africa where there are no whites.
Oh yeah, there's right. Yeah, and there's some bad behavior there too. So it's it's hard to get away from bad behavior. I'm just gonna say it like that.
Go ahead, John.
I think I kind of agree with the guy Jack or Charles. I think the problem over here in America is the blacks that we need to probably get to South Africa, they can't afford to go. And the blacks that can afford to go, I mean, we can kind of deal with them over here. But we got a large number of blacks that I swear I would sponsor one and chip him a little bit every month so he can get over there and stay over there. And that really is what we are up against here in America. We got a lot of blacks that need to go, but they ain't got no damn money. That's the problem. We need to get them out of here.
Yeah, John, this is what I... John, thank you for that. John, thank you. No.
Charles, hold on.
Finish.
SB.
I'm done.
SB, the African you seen shit in the street was Jack. Go ahead.
I didn't see anybody doing number 2 now. Come on. I didn't see that. I just saw someone, relieving
themselves. Number 1. Oh, well, I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. I do that in the States occasionally.
Oh, come on, CT.
If I'm jogging, I'm a jogger. I gotta take a piss.
Yeah, no, not that. No, See, I think Africa has been given a very bad name. I don't think people understand. These people over here are so smart.
Hold on.
I'm telling you, English is the language they speak, a lot of them. Then they know 11 other languages. I very rarely meet
SBU.
that know at least 5 languages.
Go ahead, John.
You can go to my channel and see a whole lot of things that you probably knew nothing about. I mean, really, it is going to surprise you. It surprised me. I'm not going to lie. Living in the United States, it makes you feel like you're in a bubble. You don't know it, but you think you have everything you need. And all things are great and wonderful. And everybody needs to do things your way because that's the way you've been taught. But then you move and you be like, oh, wow. So you don't have to worry about that. Or you don't have to do that. Oh,
what about safety?
I'm sorry.
What about safety? I always hear it's like a serious problem, sexual crime.
Yeah, you have murder. Cape Town is one of the murder capitals of South Africa. But anyway, there is a lot of petty crimes that go on, meaning you sleep and somebody gonna take your cell phone out your hand and run. They do that. I mean, but as far as living, you make sure you live in a place where is highly gated and secure. You know, that's what you pay for. Because it's probably no different than any major city of a New York or Miami. I mean, it's just no different. I don't. But I'm gonna tell you what is different. There are not a whole lot of weapons here, so there's not a whole lot of gun violence. The ones who have the guns are the police officers, and typically there's no story to be told if they get involved.
Security boss, you did glance over something. I did notice this. You did glance over the murder thing. You said, "Oh, let's not talk." Now, I'm not saying you didn't want to talk about it, but
Murder
there,
capital.
yeah. So, is that true? I mean, is that all in the news over there? And I don't want to say you glanced over. I'm sorry. I don't want to say you glanced over it, but yeah.
No, it's not that I glanced over. It's just that I still think that, okay, listen, I'm from North Carolina. And I'm from the Charlotte, North Carolina, where the girl got stabbed on the transit train. We actually secured the transit train for 5 years. So I know about crime on Charlotte Transit light rail trains. We did it for 5 years. People, it's ridiculous. I know about it firsthand. So I say all that to say, in the townships or in the villages here or informal housings here, there is a lot of murders that may go on. Listen, Johannesburg is a major city. There's drugs there. There's all types of, criminality stuff that goes on like any major city. So yeah, and then Cape Town, they say, that's where all the killings happen. Cape Town is a beautiful place in South Africa. It is a beautiful place in South Africa, but there are still people that kill each other. It's just something that happens for whatever reason. I do know it's gang more so. It's also, I always hear that it's gang related. It's always gang related. I don't get it. I don't get it. What am I? Why am I afraid? Or why am I murdering my neighbor? I never understand that. Why am I stealing from my neighbor? My neighbor has the same thing I have. I don't get it. But that's some of the things that go on. But that's the same thing that went on in the United States. So,
Yeah, same thing.
It's just the same thing. Projects breed bad behavior. I guess that's what you want to say.
SBU, do you listen to? I know you're a woman of a certain age, but do you listen to Mahu? Mawu? What's her name? Mawu? She's like real
I don't
famous
know.
over there. She's like an Afrobeats girl. She's like a young girl.
CT, ain't nobody listening to that mumble jumbo.
I've been listening to a lot of South African music lately. It's really.
I do like South African music.
No, Blackberry.
What did you do with your parents? What did you do with your grandparents?
No, Blackberry. It's really. It's like really. Dude, I'm saying like these South Africans makes really good music, bro.
They do. You like Charlie Mon? I love that one.
I've been listening to a lot of Mawu, like Mawu, and what's the other? It's like a SZA. His name is a CIZA. Yeah, SZA. Yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah. But yeah, you're a woman of a certain age. I'm pretty sure.
Listening to Sade. Stop it, CT. Stop.
You said Sade. What?
Yeah, you be at home listening to Sade. You ain't
Sade Nigerian.
I went to a concert. I went to her concert in 2010, and she's like, dude, she's incredible, dude. Anyway, go ahead, Lena. Go ahead, sweetheart. Go ahead.
I also listen to South African music. I like the dance music that they have, like Charlie Mon, and what's the other one they got? It's called Piano. I do. I like that. Man, them South Africans
really good. I'm telling you, like their music is really good. It's really positive too. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, it's really good.
You can't even tap your feet to it.
I don't know the language. I don't know what they're saying, but it's like it's really good. Like Mawu is MAWHOO, or I forgot a girl's name.
You guys are trying too hard.
No, I swear to God, man, their music is really good, bro. It's like really kind of like
it is.
Yeah, I like their music.
Didn't they do that song, Jerusalem? Yeah. That song,
John, you have something in your mind. What's up, John?
Yeah, what did you learn any of the other languages? I know of a few of them. Which one did you have to learn any of them to like move around?
To answer the question, I just started and signed up for my African language classes, and I'm learning the two languages I chose are Zulu and Afrikaans. Everybody speaks English here, so it's not.
Yeah, I remember reading. I remember reading there was a big debate, like what they wanted to teach in school. I guess it would have been Zulu, or what's the other one, Xhosa, or Afrikaans.
It's so many.
You keep
It's
going
11.
again.
It's 11
What
African.
now? What is it now, boy? You keep responding to me. You want my attention? What is it? Do you want my attention, boy?
No.
Every time I say you just want my attention, boy.
No. You said you read something in African. Stop it.
Yeah, listen, my lady went to school in Pretoria. You know where Pretoria is?
Go ahead.
This boy here, these blacks are retarded. My lady went to school.
That remind me of the black overseers.
All right. Let me just keep everything. My lady went to school.
Let me explain. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Excuse me. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Can I ask a question?
Sure.
What did you do with your ancestors? Did you leave them here in America in this ground, or did you dig them up and take them with you?
What are you talking about, Dwight?
What kind of question is that?
Excuse me. Let me elaborate. If you in a country or a continent that worships, they talk about the ancestors and this is the ground where they're left in and so forth. Did you take your ancestors back with you to Africa and put them in the hallowed ground? Since it seems so important to you that you have to get back to your motherland. Because see, I'm from Mississippi and I'm Choctaw Indian and black. And my people.
That question and you like.
Beg your pardon?
I don't like the way you asked that question.
Okay. What's the question?
Hey, what I'm asking is, my great grandparents are buried in Mississippi, and when I want to go ahead and I want to talk to them or I want to be around them, because see, look, we have 400 acres in Mississippi, so I'm not about to move somewhere where I have nothing. And I don't know. I'm not one of y'all city people. I live in LA and I have a good living, but in Mississippi, I have 13 brothers and sisters who are doing very well in Mississippi. And we don't worry about violence and so forth. Now I understand there are places in America where all these things happen. But Jackson, Mississippi, I'm a Jackson State University.
Bro, Dwight, Dwight, what is your question? What is your question? Because you kind of you're babbling about something.
Yeah. No, I asked the question. First, I said, did you take your ancestors back with you to Africa? Did you dig them up and plant them in the ground in Africa?
Hey, let me read these super chats real quick. L, what's up, man? Says CT, look up this South African rapper, A. Reese. I will look him up. Thank you so much. Yeah. Juan says, North Africa got a great North Carolinian. Okay. Miguel says, CT, a lot of Americans leave. They have pensions or they are rich. But don't be dumb. Linwood can't do it. Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead, Dwight. What's your question, bro?
Well, no, let me answer let me answer the question that he's put forth thus far. And I'm gonna be very humble in answering that question because it was a very disrespectful question and it shouldn't have been your first question. Your first question should have been, do you believe in ancestry or whatever? Because I'm a follower of Christ. And if you do any type of research, you can also figure out that South Africa, 80% of the people here identify as Christians.